Hey, what's up, guys? It's Lil Common. I'm back again with another video, so let's get it. All right, guys. So, dating in Gen Z is impossible. I'm lying. It's not impossible, but it's tough, and let me tell you why. I've been wondering, me personally, now, I have a lot of dating issues. It's been hard for me to kind of lock down a single woman, me personally. I've been going through a lot of stuff. It's gotten to a point where I've even bought books. Yeah, man, I know. I know. Like, wow. Like, should we even listen to what this dude's saying? Listen, some of these books are actually really good, and it breaks down a lot of what's going on. Now, are we talking about this today? No, we're not. We're not talking about the book. But what we are doing is, I'm just going to tell you from my experiences why I think that Gen Z is a hard generation of dating. So let's really get into that. So essentially, right, let me give you some of my experiences, right? So in my adult life so far, I've kind of casually dated like three people, right? Two of them were older than me, so I can't really say they were Gen Z, but I guess they do kind of fit into what's going on out here. And one of them was my age, and it wasn't really bad, but like it just wasn't really what I wanted. But let's talk about the two older women. You see, so I thought in my mind, right, that if I dated older women, that I can escape the clutches of what's going on in my generation when it comes to dating. No, in fact, it's actually a little bit worse because the truth of the matter is that most women that are older, that aren't married or don't have kids, and and aren't really dating, it's something wrong with them because most likely, if they are attractive, what happened that they didn't get picked up by a man when they were younger? Just throwing it out there. So I realized that that's a real slippery slope to get into. And then, since because they were older, they thought that they kind of could mold me and control me into what they wanted me to do. And I'm sorry, that just can't be the case. I'm long sword style, we blocking all that. I can't, no. I'm not a moldable guy. I'm who I am, and that's who I am, and that's who I'm going to be. So that's why it really didn't necessarily work with the two older women. But when it came to younger women, I realized that younger women also have their own kind of stripes, essentially. It's that a lot of younger women act like men in the sense that they're very ambitious, and if you don't get with my program, then it can't be. And essentially, the reason why I didn't work out with the younger one was because she was a very ambitious woman, and I really liked that about her. But the problem was that she wanted me to she wanted me to do what she was doing. She tried to bring me over into her fold when, in fact, I was trying to bring her over into my fold. And then that's what made me realize, like, I can't successfully fully bring her over into my fold until my fold is fully folded, if you know what I mean. Essentially, what I'm saying is that I couldn't really successfully bring her over to me because my situation wasn't fully where I needed it to be. So that didn't necessarily work. And I just broke it off right there and said, you know what? I'm not ready for that yet. But she wasn't necessarily bad, but she just wasn't, I'm just not where I need to be for that to successfully work out. So then I realized one thing. The biggest problem with our generation when it comes to dating is finances and too many choices. That's the two biggest issues. There's nothing else when it comes to our generation. It's that most people that are in their mid-20s to early 20s are broke. And the women have a ton of choices. They have so many options, it's not even funny. Your average woman on Instagram has 40 dudes in their DMs that all want to talk to her, and they all look good. They're all decent looking dudes, for the most of them. It might be that one, like 5 chop dudes, but most of them look kind of solid. So in her mind, she's like, dang, I have options. If it don't work out with me and this dude, I have options. So in her mind, she doesn't even need to necessarily make it work because she feels as though she can always do better. Now, necessarily, does she know what those dudes have in store for her or what they can provide? No, but because she has so many options, she's like, one of these dudes could possibly do it. So if it don't work out with you, it's going to work out with one of them eventually. 40 dudes, one of them is going to work out. So that's the problem. we're not making enough money. So if you're not making enough money to survive or to really live your life, how are you really going to go on dates? And another thing that I know for sure, right? I know this for sure. You can be an attractive dude all you want. You can be in shape. You can be Chad and Tyrone. No woman's going to respect you long term if you can't supply and take care of yourself and the family. They're not. They're not. That's not how that's going to work. That's one thing I know for sure. People like to say, oh yeah, Chad and Tyrone, they're getting all the women, they're doing this and that. Yeah, but you see, the thing is, right, is that if Chad and Tyrone don't have money, they will have fun. There will be fun. Fun will be had. They'll have a good time. They'll hang out. They'll do whatever they want. But if Chad and Tyrone don't have money, they won't be able to sustain those women. That's why Chad and Tyrone are jumping from women to women, because they don't really have nothing. And again, money doesn't solve everything. Let me get that off the table now. Just because you have money don't mean you'll get women. You still need to be a somewhat attractive dude. But, money does solve a lot of things, but it doesn't solve everything. Let me give you another example, right? Now, let's just say you're a chop dude and you got money. You're a millionaire. You're as rich as Bill Gates. You have all the money in the world, but you chopped. You ugly. You look like Bilbo Baggins on crack, smoking meth under the bridge with the trolls. That's who you look like. But you're a billionaire. You're gonna get women, yes, but you're not gonna get women to stay. Let's be real. The first chance they get, they're gonna divorce you. Because they're going to go to Chad and Tyrone. You see the circle now, right? The circle is, right, dudes that aren't attractive, that can't keep women, but have money, are going to get women because they have money, right? Those women want attractive men. They're going to go to Chad and Tyrone. Most Chads and Tyrones don't have money. So they're going to stay with their unattractive dude that has money. The unattractive dude finds out that they're dealing with Chad and Tyrone. The woman gets a divorce. The woman takes half her money, and she still goes back to Chad and Tyrone. Or she finds another lame, rich dude, and then the cycle starts over again. Now, that is happening out here. That is happening. But let me tell you another story, right? There are some guys, average guys. They're getting women, but they're not making that much money. So they're not getting respected. Because, like, the average dude, him and his girl are both working. They both work full time. They got 2 kids. They both working full time. He work at Walmart. She work at Costco's. She's at work. She see another dude at her job. Let's just say it's her manager, making more money than her husband or her dude, right? She is potentially going to leave her dude for that dude because that dude's making more money and he looks a little bit better. That's what the average dude's going through. I've seen it happen time and time again. I've seen dudes be married and their wife leave for other dudes because it's either they're funny or they have more money. So again, the problem with dating in this generation is that dating in its finest, in its inner deepest core is an investment, right? So people don't feel as though the juice is worth the squeeze. People aren't going to juice it. They're not going to squeeze it. They don't want the damn juice. And at the moment, it's just not worth the squeeze, really. Not long term. If you're not an exceptional dude that has some type of money, you're not going to be successful at dating out here long term. For the most part. Now, there are exceptions to the rule. There are some really good women out here that will stand by their dude when they don't have money. But for the vast majority, that's not the case. I know some women that stood by their man when they didn't have any money. And that's the type of woman I hope to find. The good God, please, bring them to me. I wish to find them. Thank you. But for the vast majority, that's just not the case, man. It's not the case. So again, how do you avoid these issues, right? So the only way that you can avoid these issues is, right, become the best version of yourself. I'm not a red pill YouTuber. That's not me. I'm a be you YouTuber. Be whoever you are, right? Become the best version of yourself. Become comfortable with who you are, right? That's step one. Be willing to walk away from bad situations, from bad women. Always know that there are more women out there and that you can always do better. That's step two. Get in shape. Please, get in shape. Being in shape is a cheat code for a lot of things in life. Not even just dating, really. It's like when you're in shape, you'll be treated a little bit better than everybody else. It's like I've gotten jobs because I was in shape. Because I don't got my, I'm getting ready to go get my haircut. Not even gonna lie to you. But when I got a haircut and I'm looking good, I've gotten opportunities that that other people have not gotten. I remember one time, right? I had an interview, right? And I wore some dress clothes and like I was looking really decent. I was really looking decent that day. And I was like, you know what? I'm feeling some pizza. Let me go get some pizza, right? So I went to my favorite pizza store, right? And they never get my damn order right. But I went in there with my dress clothes on, looking real good. My pizza was perfect. They made my pizza perfect. That was one of the best pizzas I had that whole year. I'm like, damn, like, why can't you do this all the time? Then I realized I had dress clothes on. I look nice. I smell good. You see, it's the look that gets you slightly better treatment. No lie. And then what else? Yeah, man, getting in shape will really help you. And another thing is that making sure you pick the right person. You see, again, we often get caught up in the fact that simply because some things are right, that, oh, well, she might yell at me, but she does all these other things. Sometimes no one's perfect. You got to pick who you're willing to essentially work with in the long run, right? Find somebody that you say, like, okay, I'm going to actually work with this person. I know this person might have their ups and downs. They might not be what I fully want, but you know what? Damn, I left my water pitcher. I left my prayer. I got to fill up. But like, damn, but like, I really like her. We could possibly work and become better people together. Sometimes that's okay. But yeah, man, it's hard dating in this generation. It really is. But I think that we'll figure something out. I like to stay optimistic most of the time. You know, we'll figure something out. So that's it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Y'all have a blessed video. Y'all have a blessed video, blessed day. All right, guys. Peace.